Hi, I'm Kelsey from RTINGS.com. Today we'll be doing a review of the Corsair K100 RGB. We'll be evaluating on our standardized test bench to see how it performs and if you should buy it. The Corsair K100 RGB comes in two different colors, black and midnight gold. It's available with two different linear type switches, the Corsair OPX and the Cherry MX speed switches. However, the midnight gold is only available with the Corsair OPX switches. Our unit we tested is a black version with the Cherry MX speed switches. It is a full-size backlit mechanical keyboard that is geared towards gaming, but is a capable office board when you need it. The Corsair K100 RGB has an excellent build quality. It has a sturdy plastic chassis and an aluminum top plate that feels very solid and gives the board very little flex, which is not noticeable when using it as intended. The double-shot PBT keycaps feel nice on your fingers and feel durable. While all the black keycaps are made of PBT, the dedicated macro keys G1 to G6 and extra FPS and MOBA keycaps included are made of ABS that feel decent but might not be the most resistant to shining from finger oils over time. The keys have a slight wobble to them, but it's not very noticeable. It's a straight keyboard with good ergonomics. It features two incline settings and comes with a comfortable padded wrist rest that attaches magnetically. Fortunately, the feet open up horizontally, meaning they can't fold back in if you push the keyboard forward. The rubber feet are good and keep the board in place for the most part. It has a full RGB backlighting with individually lit keys that shine through the keycaps and has 44 RGB zones on the strips of lighting on the left, right, and top side edge of the board. You can change the brightness, color, effects, and even effect speeds on the software or directly on board using the hotkeys and iCUE control wheel. It gets bright enough for usage during the day and can be lowered for gaming sessions at night without being too distracting. The cable is integrated into the board since it's a wired-only keyboard and comes with two connectors. This is due to the USB pass-through functionality of the keyboard, so you can plug a USB device into the keyboard directly, which is useful for things like mice and USB thumb drives. Now on to the test results, and first we'll take a look at the functionality of this keyboard. The Corsair K100 has many extra features. It has dedicated media keys like volume control and playback control. It has a Windows lock key for uninterrupted gaming. All its keys are macro programmable, including the volume wheel, profile switching button, and media keys. It also has dedicated macro keys on the left side of the board. It features a unique iCUE wheel that lets you adjust brightness, rewind, or fast forward media, scroll through applications, and zoom in or zoom out of windows. But you can also remap all of these to other actions. With the iCUE software, you can enable additional wheel modes or create your own commands for games, applications, other media players, and more. The RGB lighting around the wheel changes color as you cycle through different functions, so you know exactly which one is active. The K100 RGB also has integration with the Elgato Stream Deck, allowing you to perform tasks like launching a program or recording a clip by assigning these actions to the dedicated G keys on the left side of the board. The software works on both Windows and Mac, and the keyboard is fully compatible with both. The Corsair iCUE is relatively easy to use and provides a plethora of customization options, including macros, profiles, RGB lighting control, and has onboard memory, which Corsair claims that you can save up to 200 onboard profiles. Not only that, it also has macro programming built into the board itself, so there's no need for software to create some macros on the fly if you're traveling, say to a friend's house. This is also a great solution for anyone using Linux since there's no accompanying software for it. Now on to the typing experience. We bought the keyboard in the Cherry MX Speed variant, which are linear mechanical switches. Linear switches give you a quiet, smooth, and seamless typing or gaming experience that some might enjoy, but you may prefer a switch that offers a tactile bump which provides feedback when you have actuated the key. The pre-travel distance of the Cherry MX Speed switches is very low, which results in a very responsive feel, but it may cause more unintentional strokes to be registered. The keyboard is also available with the Corsair OPX optical mechanical switches, and although we haven't tested them, they should have a slightly shorter pre-travel. You can see by the graph here that the keystroke has a consistent resistance and actuates a bit early, and the key bottoms out shorter than most other mechanical keyboards. The actual typing quality is great. The linear switches don't require much force to actuate. The double-shot PBT keycaps feel stable and nice to type on. The switches shouldn't cause much fatigue, and the included plushy wrist rest is very comfortable to use and helps with reducing any fatigue when using the board for many hours. The Cherry MX speed switches are relatively quiet and shouldn't annoy anyone while you're typing. Another benefit of the low pre-travel is latency. For gamers, a good latency is important to reduce the time the actuation of a key takes to show up on screen. When you couple that with the maximum polling rate of 8,000 Hz on this board, it offers exceptionally low latency, and most people will never be able to feel any delay when typing or gaming. So this brings us to the main question: should you buy this keyboard? In short, yes. It's a great gaming keyboard with all the bells and whistles you need to bring your game to the next level. It has customizable RGB backlighting, great build quality and ergonomics, as well as a fully macro programmable keys. It's definitely a more gaming-oriented keyboard. If you want a compact keyboard that will take less place on your desk with similar performance, then the Corsair K100 RGB Mini is a good choice for you. It's a compact 60% gaming keyboard. While it doesn't have many extra features like the K100 RGB, you can still set macros to all keys and make other adjustments directly on the keyboard or in the iCUE software. It also uses the Cherry MX speed switches and has an 8,000 Hz polling rate, which results in very low latency. For those of you who want a full-size keyboard with good gaming performance, but for less money, the HyperX Alloy Origins is a great choice.